I'm live. Am I live? It says I'm live. First it said, "Hi, I'm Marge. I'm a Hilk Empath." I just like having these little conversations on the way I feel about things. First I got an error message that says, "Live stream not available right now." Refresh. Wanna bet? You're live! Maybe I'm live. Maybe I'm not live. Who knows? Maybe this is after live. It's a weird day, man. Day 2 all day, evening. This is why I couldn't live in Alaska. I did 2 little quick trips up to Alaska. Both times it was in winter, up in Fairbanks. Both times, it's like, or one time it was October, and the next time it was like November. It was very cold and very dark, and it was all day evening for about 5 hours, and then it was the rest of darkness. You gotta be of a special mindset to be able to handle that. No, my clock can't handle it. I need more continuity. I need more structure. I need more daylight. I'm already seeing people starting to get ready for winter up there, you know. You do all the winter, the fall projects, or the summer projects, get ready for winter, you know. And you just kind of hang out and chill. Stay warm and cozy, you know. There's just, people had other ideas for a long, long time. I've been feeling pretty patriotic. Not towards the lack of civilization, but I love this land, man. I love this land. As a little girl, I used to listen to songs like John Denver, Country Roads, stuff like that, you know, folk songs, you know. Just make you think about the land, loving the land. Sweet land of liberty. I don't know about anybody else, but I feel like my liberties are slowly being freaking flicked off the table. Yeah. We have our life lessons that we're supposed to learn in this incarnate. And we're all here to do is play a certain role in this incarnate. And my DNA started, you know, it has a big mouth. My ancestors have a big mouth, and they speak through me. Somebody reminded me of that today. They said that their ancestors started speaking through me in a talk that they heard. And I'm like, well, since we're all related, I can see that. Recognition. We're all connected. Where we go, when we go all. It is so disheartening to see people talk about such a positive movement in such derelict ways. That's what they do. They always bastardize us. It's like stuff I think is cool. The mainstream's like, no, you gotta nix that. There's a lot of spirit in that. You gotta kill that. Because then we can't control stuff. I'm pretty sad about how they didn't take care of this country, and I'm pretty glad that there's hope for a better future. Because there's a lot of this land is being scorched, like Australia, only different but the same. Because this is the year for the great cleansing. And the earth is going to keep cleansing itself until the people get on board and cleanse themselves. So, do us all a favor, you freaking evildoers. Would you lighten up and stop doing your evil bidding and shit? And just start helping people and squandering stuff and shit, you know? Because there's a lot of people that are like sleeping in tents and that had to evacuate and stuff. And they do this every year. Because organizations, I spent a bunch of time today looking up, researching these entities. The entities like the United States Forest Department with 28,000 permanent employees and 35,000. You know what is crazy to me is, back when I could leave mom and I could go for drives and stuff, you know, I always figured I could go. I could live life in like 3-hour blocks, and now That's been reduced in half, but that's alright. Things are changing all the time, you know. So I used to go off and take pictures and just drive around the Midwest. And then sometimes I'd like drive down to camp, you know, and I just took pictures of the land. And actually, to broaden that a little bit more, I got my first camera when I was 15, 16. Well, I used to get those disposable ones. Actually, I got Mom a camera. That's what it was for Christmas. And then I started using those disposable ones. And then so I've been taking pictures for, see, I'm going to be 47, so 30 years. You know, I've been collecting data on this earth and this land for 30 years in some of the most beautiful places in the world and the most obscure places. People don't think, see, they keep going to the same places over and over to find beauty. And the thing is, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's everywhere you go to see beauty if you choose to see beauty. It's everywhere. And to see it scorch and scorch. We're supposed to be the custodians of the earth. So what my point is it don't take much to drive around and check lines and to clear debris, because there's always people willing to work. But these organizations and these bureaus and there's all of them. They're all related. They all have budgets of like $5 billion, you know. And so you got the national, you got all the offices related to them. So I mean, look, you got all the offices. So you have the main, and you got the freaking brightness. You got all the regions, and so you got all. So they keep paying themselves for the office space and to keep getting new office furniture. That's what the budgets are for. They haven't been taking care of the land, and then they if we go out and do it, then there's liabilities, and you can't do that. But we got to take this country back into our own hands. So instead of people fighting in the fucking streets, about shit that you don't fucking know what you're talking about, go fight the fires. If you're big and bad, you want to play with guns? Put your fucking guns down. Go pick up a fucking shovel, because there's fires all over the place. You see? There's always a bigger picture. There's always a bigger picture. So when people are splitting hairs, and I'm still sitting here, okay, Marge, what's your bigger picture about fighting fires, you know? Everybody has a fight, and that's the thing, is Mars is in Aries now, folks. So how you feel, that passion, recognize it to be passion. Do not let them demonize you. People like me have been passionate my whole entire life, and my passion has always been exuberance, has always been exhilaration, has always been joyful, and people have taken that and said, you are this and you are that, and what is wrong with you? And if you just come down here, you know who wants you down here? A psychopath, narcissist, freaking puke bag, because they don't know how to feel unless they're imposing pain and suffering. That's when their cockles get up. That's when they get aroused. Old men smelling girl. Yeah, I was the girl that old men used to smell and do weird things with their hands and stuff. You know, because they'll never believe you. They'll never believe you. They'll never. And guess what? They're all freaking. Who's believing who now? You know, this is how the meek are going to inherit the earth. It's the passionate ones. You know, the sensitive, us too muches. Us too much. Go check out my snapnacks on Instagram. I think you can do it on it. I look at like Twitter posts and stuff, and I don't got an account. I got blocked 4 years ago. I did one tweet and got nope. And I was like, I don't even like it anyway. I only made an account because I was gonna like share videos or something, and then nope, got my privileges revoked. You know, it's funny, I looked up the last company I worked at. I haven't had I've been a work from home daughter. I've been trying to, that's one of the reasons why I'm trying to do this tube and promote my snapnacks and all my IT services. I'm a professional IT tech by trade. You know, I mechanic, you know, I do all this shit. I just became obnoxiously self-sufficient in my life to the point that I was just like, I don't need anybody. And then I realized, oh my god, I freaking need people. So I shifted my gears and changed my tune. And so I'm trying to make connections here and find my own freak tribe. And I can't seem to really freaking, I keep trying, and people are just like, yeah, okay, Marge, yeah, oh yeah, we're going to change the world, yeah. I'm like, I go to people's pages like Astrology Hub, hey, let me know if you ever want to interview Heyoka. I ain't never seen nobody interview no Heyoka. I told Mike, the peace leader, I'm like, dude, you want to have a conversation with Heyoka and see what Heyoka about? I put dots together, you know? And that dude and I are in alignment. I mean, he lived in Kansas City, I think around the same time I lived in Omaha still. Maybe it was after, but I mean, I've been in Vegas since he's been in Vegas, and we all imprint, you know. You're same, when you are in alignment with people, you literally end up on the same places like them. Like, freaking don't drink the Kool-Aid too, click, click, boom. I had a good time. I had a spiritual mentor in recovery, and she had moved to Hammond, Louisiana. And I took a trip right down before, this is back in 2010 before I got Artie Pants, to go down. And so, because I don't like wondering how people live their lives, I like living their lives with them. So I was like, oh, you went here, now I know what you're talking about, right? So I took a trip down there to see her. She had this beautiful, the most beautiful house in Hammond, Louisiana, and when it sprung, she talked about how the flowers bloomed in like an orchestra. And they have landscapers that design like that, you know, and I could do that. You should have seen my house in Nebraska. It's gorgeous. I did all my landscaping because Shannon taught me. She was a landscaper. I just paid real close attention. I'm like, I could do that. So went down Hammond, Louisiana, or flew into, you know, and we did the whole thing. You know, I did the on the half shell, hate oysters. It's a texture thing. Hi, buddy, come on in. Artie Pants, come on in. He's been hanging out with Retta, Mom, because she's extra stressed because of the fire too. But I think it's going north. I think I haven't looked in a while because they don't have the resources to do what. That's why I was beefing about that earlier. Anyway, because they don't have the resources to take care of the shit that they need to take care of because they just kept buying new office furniture and all that stuff. So they're pretty much letting the fires burn and just trying to get people out of the way of the fires at this point. That's how they're handling things in Oregon. Yeah. So it's like anyway. And then even got to go up in a bayou. I think all those pictures are on a hard drive someplace because they're not on my I didn't never upload. They're not. I think they're on my old Windows laptop that I need to get a new mother drive, an old Toshiba I have. And got to go up in a bayou and saw an alligator, or whichever one, because I always get them mixed up. And I got to experience so like when I watched Peanut Butter Falcon, you know, it made I was like, okay, yeah, I know that heart space, you know. I mean, I've been there, like, you know. I got to swim. We got to go out in a boat and like into the Gulf and swim around and stuff, you know, and walking through. And then I called it funnel cake. I'm like, it's funnel cake. They're like, the place across the street from all the gold horses. I got some pretty cool pictures of there. There are so many people there. I had a good time. I mean, this was back in 2010, you know. I think this was around because I hate sports, and I think this is around the time of they were all they won the super crap or whatever, the Super Bowl or whatever. Whatever their tag phrase was, I can't remember now, but anyway, it was such a good experience, you know. I'm glad I did it. I'm really glad I did it. You know, I thought I hate mosquitoes, and I was like, I would have to live where they did, because they have trucks, because mosquitoes are so thick, and they're like that in Alaska too. They're huge in Alaska too, and mosquitoes love my freaking, my goodness, they like to eat my blood, and I get big old huge welts. One of them, and then I get pissed because I got a scratch on me, and then I'm like, I don't have control over this, and then it's Good times. So I it doesn't surprise me. DDK, I don't drink Kool-Aid too. Is from, you know, and then other places like I got to do New York City all in a day, and I was just this poor, stupid, freaking dumb girl, poor, looking up at the poverty line. Understand that was never supposed to amount to anything, never. Just a, you know, a drunk. I was a drunk. Nobody like paid me much mind because they just always thought that I would just always choke and screw up my own life, you know. And I've been really trying hard, you know, battling my demons and helping other people. That's how I battle my demons, is I try to help other people battle theirs. Because if I can help just one person not drink, because alcohol literally removes your spirit. It takes the oxygen content from your blood. And our breath, our spirit, that is the only thing that incarnates us. Yeah, and that is when the demons come in. If you've seen that interview or heard anything about that interview where freaking Ozzy Osbourne, I was never really in alignment with the guy. I knew people that hung out with him. You know, he's been known as a devil worshiper since the 70s. He freaking bit the head off a bat on stage. You know? He's talking about how he freaking tried to kill his wife. You know, he talking it was the demon. He was out. He was gone. It was the demon. It wasn't Ozzy that was freaking choking out. It was the darkness. It was the it was Satan. And that's what happens when people allow toxins to replace their spirit. That allows those lower vibrational beings to come in and then do their bidding for you. Kevin Spacey, old boy got sued today. Saw old boy got sued today from 1980s. Oh, I'm very sorry for what I did when I was drunk. It was you. You did it. That's the thing. Is these people, the demons come in, but they give the demons the key to their kingdom by chasing after money, property, and prestige. All of those things, all those earthly, lower vibrational things, they all summons the Prince of Darkness. On the extreme levels, there's balance in everything, you know. But I can't wait to see a world when I get nervous about stuff. Sometimes I didn't meditate yesterday, and I didn't meditate the day before, but today I got a good solid. Rusalaka did a freaking put one out yesterday. It's like 55 minutes long. It totally cleared my energy field, you know. And I talked to, you know, I reached out, or, you know, my friend, he knew he must have known I was having a hard time because he reached out, you know. And my dad, my father figure, he's my dad that of my own choosing, you know, because even when you don't, I mean, we write our own script, pre-incarnate, but even if, like, we find relations, the way I see it is like the people we're related to them to teach us lessons, and those lessons, I think, are always stem back to us, getting us to love ourselves. I think everything comes back to us learning how to love ourselves. I didn't used to like myself. I hated the fact that I was gay. I hated the fact, I mean, it's just like, I just wanted to fit in, and I really resented myself because of all of the things that I was, that society fucking hated, and I just wanted to fit in, you know? And then, yeah, I don't got time for that. And then, I found it in myself, because what happened was I got these dogs. See, that's why it's so important to me. I hang on to these dogs, and they're not just my service dogs. They're mom's too, because they've been sticking real close to mom. Is that I learned that I have all this anger, their passion, this fire, passion, not anger. I don't like that word. I got this passion and fire, and when I rise up and I get in it, you know, that it's too much for me. And then that's when they respond. So I always have to keep me down here, and they're my measure. They're my measure. They let me know when I'm getting too keyed up until I make more friends, you know? And then, I swear, when I get out, and I just, this is what happens when you've been desensitized. People have been like, shut up and whatnot since, I thought it was the beginning of the year, but it's only been, I guess, since like February, March or whatever. I'm on year 4 that I've been a work from home daughter. Because my last W-2, I worked at a company called G4S. And I just Googled them today because I'm like, what's going on? You know, because they're at the time, they're like the third freaking privatized security. It's all crap. You know, you're just paying somebody else to freaking protect your shit, and then they're looking in your shit and they know what you are, and then it's all that stuff. You know, anyway, I it's one of those things that it's like, because I asked them, I said, well, I could be at work from home, you know, and be on the East Coast. I was like, hey, what, you guys want to create a position for me? And they're like, nah, we're not going to do that. We're going to go a different way. I never liked Simon from Tweaksbury. It's a UK company. And they just gotten, I just looked him up for today. And I haven't looked him up in forever. And then the article was it's the Guardian. I don't know what that, I don't really read news. I don't know the credibility of it. I think they're all rag magazines. I think that there is more truth in the Star and the Examiner with the UFO stories than anything else. My grandpa used to get those, or my grandma or something. My grandma used to get magazines, Sunset, Architecture. She worked in a freaking real estate office, so she'd get them and then bring them to the office. But just today, ex-G4S executive charged with defrauding UK government. Well, when's the UK government going to start, just like our government's going to start getting freaking charged with defrauding the public? But I just thought that was funny. I didn't know any of the 3 people named in the article. But I mean, that's the thing, is it's just all businesses are. It's just they're all money laundering. I mean, you can't sell security. Security is something that is found from the inside, and that's what people are figuring out, that, oh shit, they're catching on. The military industrial complex, you know what I think is so funny is knowing my mom. She doesn't even go out, but she knows whenever I talk about whatever's going on in the world, she's like, they're still driving fear. They're still trying to make everybody afraid. You know, she's going to be 70 this year. She had a stroke 40 years ago when she was 38, and she still knows the bullshit. And then I listen to other people talk on I think it was Astrology Hub, Amanda Poole Walsh. She was talking about a lady that's 85, and she knows this. It's all smoke, mirror. Get them to be scared. They'll spend more money. But the reality of it is Earth, Gaia, Mother Earth. You know, she's like, you were supposed to take care of me, and you guys didn't. So there's a thing called karma, and it's very real. And now, since you guys didn't clean me up, I'm gonna do all the means necessary to clean my own self up. So what we can do is we can say, I'm sorry, Mother Earth Gaia. You are our reason for living. How can we be of service to you today? People did that. Everybody did that for like a couple minutes. She would be so pleased. She'd be so pleased, man. She would calm down. She probably wouldn't probably wouldn't shake as much and rumble. She'd simmer down for sure, I think. You know? She'd cool down. Yeah. I set my intentions yesterday for cooler temperature. It was supposed to be 95 today. I hope other people set their intentions too, because it worked. It worked. It brought the temperatures down to help all the animals and all the people and help them all. Help all those that need help. Help all those that need encouragement. Help all those that are not able to help themselves. Because I think there's a lot more of those people. They just don't know how to ask for help. They're just really scared. They don't know how to ask. But the whole climate is a changing, folks. You know, because what we're going to start seeing now is that we don't need to pay the budgets for these offices, because we're going to, and that money can go back in our pockets on a monthly basis instead of not on a biannually basis for stimulus help and things like that. And then we're going to fix the areas locally, and then people are going to get in their local areas and they're going to help clean that up, and then they're going to expand, and then they're going to, you know, there's enough people to do cleanup. There's plenty, and it don't take much to drag. We just trusted the people to do the work, and those motherfuckers didn't do the work, yeah. So now we're taking the reins back. Yeah, we're just going to start doing it. We're not going to ask permission. You know, I mean, what are they going to do? No, you can't trim lines away from the power. We will sue you. They probably will, but you know what? Let's be reasonable. I think at this stage of the game, we've made money more important than people. For the last couple hundred years, profits, false for profits. Look at all the shit that people have bought, the false profits, entities, stars, football professionals, you know, it's all taken us away, diverting our attention from our focus of what we are supposed to be doing on this earth, and that is to take care of the earth. And when we take care of the earth gives us all we need and that much more to do that task. Everybody could be having a lot of fun, not just the freaking this like elite slimy groupertons of creeper bells and satanic god ritual peoples, the baby eaters. Why should they get to have all the fun? Everybody should have the chance to go, you know, visit Hawaii. It doesn't matter where you were born on this planet. It doesn't matter. But you know what? The people that are in these places, they sure like it closed, because there's a lot of free parking, a lot more free parking downtown in the places they want to be. You know, the jig is up. The jig is up. So I'm ready to have some more. See, because the thing of a life is, what I've learned, one of the toughest life lessons I've had to learn is not. It's called resting on my laurels. I can't rest on my laurels. Which means to me, as I understand it, I can't rely on the good deeds I did yesterday to sustain me today or get me to another place tomorrow. A better place tomorrow. So every day I have to try and do something a little bit better than I did yesterday. And mostly those are like, don't say that remark. Don't, you know, just don't say that comment. That's what it is. Is just don't say that. Just use a filter. Just use a filter. Just stop yourself. Don't be mad. Don't be frustrated. Don't just that's me all day, every day, just so I'm keeping myself at a level where I'm chill. And it gets harder to do. I'm 46, 47, and because you see a lot of people, they get older and they lose their filter, and that's what we got. A whole bunch of people have got no filter. They've got no self-discipline. They don't have any accountability. And we need accountability. We need people in positions of authority and sitting in chairs making decisions that are not going to tell people what to do that they wouldn't do themselves. Yeah. I've been, since the last election, I've been encouraging Kate Brown and Newsom and all those guys. Go down in your tent cities and live there 4 nights, 5 days. Don't go home. You can have an overnight bag. You can have a bug out bag, and that is it. And go live in those tent cities, and those are your constituents. Those are the people that you were supposed to serve and you didn't, because you kept buying all the good property and it just made a business, and money, shame on you, money got more important than people. There is no spirit in that. But people are starting to read about the Jesuit oath, and they know you're a Jesuit, and they're like, oh, it all makes sense. So Everybody has a chance to do things better, including myself. It's time to get these people to be accountable. It's time. No more talking about it. I'm a peaceful being. I don't want anybody to hurt anybody. I just want these people to go, be gone, and let us fix some shit. Because none of y'all done it. Y'all paid themselves to do the job and you haven't done it. You haven't done it. Because a lot of these fires could have been managed a lot easier if they would have been in those forests, thinning out the trees, clearing out the brush, doing the work that they absorbed billion-dollar budgets to do, and they didn't. They just kept buying themselves bigger office spaces, bigger trucks that they could take home and say, I got my own rig, rod, I got my own, and do. And every year they got fatter and fatter because they parked those trucks under a shade tree and nap instead of clearing lines and shit. These are facts, folks. These are facts. This happens in every entity. And it's been allowed to happen too much for too long. And all these liability, you can't do that. That's all these, they got out of control. The controllers got out of control with their controlling. Because they don't know how to control themselves. And that is a huge red flag. Where are all the psychologists? Where are all the psychologists like doing their talks on freaking old, these creepy these people that are in control and power? Don't they know that economics is just a made-up paradigm? Money. At one point, and I've done talk about this, getting back to grassroots like 3 years ago, I see it's just going back to the market, letting people grow their food and taking it down and selling it, or let people or come over and buying it without the state having to say, you need a handler's license, and you need a food handler's license, you need a this, and you need a that, and you have to pay this tax and this, and you gotta follow this order. Get the fuck out of here. I'm ready to live life at my own risk again, because I've been living it like that the last 4 years, and ain't no government entity. I've called a bunch of them to try and help me. No, they don't do that. That's not what they do. What they do is buy office furniture and a lot of fucking cardstock and a lot of office supplies. And then they go around using all their office supplies and clicking on their keyboards, and they're really watching YouTube videos, and they're not doing shit. And the whole freaking nation's falling down because of it. And there's hell to pay. God damn it. Hola. I'm calming down now. Calming down now. That's a lot different. That's what we call nature. Well, I did the freaking yeah, I'm immune to it because I freaking that's so funny. I guess I'm like that too. Any given day. Hi viewers, queued welcome. I'm glad you guys stopped through. Yeah, yeah. I thought the same thing. It's all for the money. It's all for the money. It's all for the money. But you know what? We're all for the spirit. We're all for the heart. We're just gonna go out and just start cleaning stuff up. Well, I am as soon as I get mom to a place where I can leave her be a couple hours, But it'll happen because I got these all ideas, and I can't believe the universe would keep me from making them happen, Because that's the thing with my poverty conscious mind. It's such a freaking controller term. You have poverty consciousness. No, I had to learn how to be resourceful and to handle shit and to make things stretch and last, because the greedy motherfuckers at top never want to share nothing, and people don't want to pay me what I'm worth. I don't have a lot of money because I don't want money. It's because people don't see the fucking value in me, and want to come up with some serious offers. They just have their opinion. They just see me as they see themselves. That's why I like making the connections and don't drink the Kool-Aid only when you share your stuff, because now I wake up and I freaking listen to the prayers with the spirit channel that you shared, and I freaking dig freaking School of the Dada from San Francisco. Oh man, love her. Love Patriots. Love Patriots. Love Patriots. You know, just loving them. There's a show on Hulu that was, you know, that's where it's all shared consciousness. It's all what you align with, and I do thumbs down a lot, you know, and I'm not sad to see what took these shows so long to cancel these. Evidently, it's the end is near for freaking the Kardashians, you know. I didn't ever ask you. Now it's 15 years later, but people like me can't get our way, you know, because of freaking fluff like that. It's freaking shameful. Yeah, it's going away, so maybe there is a place for me in this world in there, you know. Because, my poverty consciousness, it's also being resourceful. You know who else has to deal with it? Like, foster kids. You know, there's just all of us that have learned to read through the bullshit from the very beginning. And and people don't like us because we say, hey, that's bullshit. And look at all the people that have prospered from the bullshit. And of course I'm going to look like a bad guy because all this shit that I call bullshit is what most of people love. Everybody loves. And I'm like, there's no spirit in that. There's no spirit in that. Where's the spirit in that? I go to a church. Where's the spirit in this? You know, I don't see the spirit in this. But they collect their baskets and they get their money, you know. And then you got the mega churches. Why have those ever even been allowed to exist? And then they don't pay taxes because it's all a racket and it's all, you know, a club because we'll pay you it's all hush money because, you know, if you go and just say, oh my God, I did this to this, and, you know, say it to a priest, then the priest doesn't have to tell the police because it's all confidentiality, and then, you know, deals are made, and people are chasing sensations, and then, it's just nasty. But it's all coming out. 2020, the year of clear vision. What else happened today? I hope people are having a good day. You know what? I'm so excited about that. I think I'm going to watch Peanut Butter Falcon again. I think I'm going to do that. I told somebody to watch that today. I told Erin to watch that today because she had a headache. Oh, that's the show. It was Woke. It's a show called Woke on Hulu. And I'm about this close. Because the only reason why I keep Netflix is because Mom watches Longmire. That's it. I'm about this close to buying just the box set and then freaking getting rid of Netflix. I think I'm going to do it. Yep. Netflix is what I call it. I've been on that since 2007, 2008 from the DVDs. Because I'd get shows like What the Blip We Know, Down the Rabbit Hole, and you know, I'd go through all the documentaries and stuff like that. You know, I'd go through all the different genres, and to see what it's turned into, you can see who's pulling the strings in any organization. Like that's why I always look at who's pulling the strings on anything, on what's trending. There's always somebody with an agenda who's pulling their strings. You know, God's pulling my strings. Good orderly direction, because I am obedient in his freaking karma. I get it. Don't be a dick. Bad things happen. I get it. So, yeah, we're the Y. We are the Y kids. We are the Y kids. We are the Y kids. We are. Why? Why is it like this? People be like, go away. Get away from me. You know what's funny? The Y kids now, I love the Y kids. They're fewer and far between, but I love them because you know what's fun to do? I Y them right back. I wow them right back. I just start bombarding them with questions, and they're just like, what? Usually, they'll get so, huh? And then they'll just go. I'll go back and find them later. Got any answers for my questions yet? I love kids, man. Kids are masterminds. And they don't have no fear until grown-ups and adults tell them what to be and show them what they need to be afraid of. Yeah. But if we clear out all that lower vibrational and hurt and help heal all these people that are hurting, hurt people. Hurt people hurt people. Every time I want to freaking hurt, like, not that I don't want to hurt things, but it's just like, sometimes, like, it's be easier just like, go! Just shove, move. I think that in public a lot. Just get out of my way. Throwing elbows, I imagine a lot, but I don't act this stuff out. That is the difference between a rational and irrational human. Now people are like, I want to shoot you, and they shoot somebody. It's just weird. I'm like, they didn't get the memo that you don't hurt people. You don't put your hands on people out of anger or love without permission, consent. You don't. There's all these just like human obligatory things that you don't do. You don't cause harm, you don't mutilate, you don't do kids, you don't do animals, you don't sacrifice things, you don't take a life for your own better. None of that. None of that. There's karma for all of it. That's why I am into plant medicine. I should... Not now, because I got to wrap this up and go check on Mom, but I should show sometime my can of butter. It would look cool in this lighting. Yep. That's how we're going to heal the earth. We got to get people to remove their pain, and not in the opioid, not the big pharma way. People understand you can, with the dandelion root, you can remove inflammation in your stomach. I mean, there's all kinds of plant medicine, to include the mother. The mother mota plant medicine. That's my favorite. Anyway, but a lot of them are very helpful and useful. And if we could just help people naturally take the inflammation out, there'd be so many less angry people in the world just from that. And then once they get a taste that their body can be in a place where it doesn't feel pain from constantly being in an inflamed state, then people can start achieving that with less and less medicine. And then ultimately the goal is to get a place where we are in prime optimal fit condition of and by ourselves. And then just when people feel good, they want to be good to other people and do good things to other people. And we don't live in a climate where everybody wants to cause harm because they're hurting and they're scared. Well, it's changing slowly but surely. I was gonna go back and watch another episode of Woke. I like the dude that's in it, and we're all just shades of the same color spectrum. And people need to remember that whoever you meet on the street, that could be you meeting yourself in a dream tonight, or in another incarnation. Like, you could die tomorrow and then reincarnate as the person that you meet on the street, like have a negative, like, cause harm to, that you lash out on, and get the other side of that. I mean, we are all just reflections of ourselves. Every encounter we come across in the world. And the thing is I got skittish because I was angry for so long. I collected all this karma, and it just came, it came, as soon as I got to Oregon, it came over me on a wave. I think I done a pretty good job clearing it all out, and I'm ready to move on. Let's see what the sky's doing right now. It's orange. Oh, sorry, Tut-Tuck. I'm just going to see if I can put... It's orange. Can you see that? It's pretty orange out there. The good news is this time yesterday, I took a picture that I put on Instagram on my Snapnax poster from yesterday. Did I put it up there, or was it on Facebook? Ugh, they're all so stupid. I hate them. That one was taken at 4:44 yesterday, and now it's 6:13. So I already knew today the air quality was better than it was yesterday. So I'm going to keep setting my intentions for cool weather. And I hope you all join me at some point and just set your intentions for the earth, how we want to see it. Keep keep, you know, where we go one, we'll go all, you know, and it would be so cool. I know it'll happen one day, because it's already happened, because I've already pictured it, you know. It's already happened, like the time I get to meet, don't drink the Kool-Aid, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ... etc., etc. We'll see how many we can get before I take my last breath, see what number you're on. You know, or Keegan, you know, or these people that I've made connections with that have been, you know, instrumental to help me, you know, with my knowings and my beliefs, and to help me in the days that are dark, literally and figuratively. That it's just like, this is why we do it, you know. Everybody got a truth, and even if people don't agree with my truth, but know that you got a truth, and you need to get your truth out there too, because there's a lot of people that need your truth. And then when it's the alignment where people are gonna come into a great place of healing, and I'm just glad that I could be a part of it, you know, and that my channel's growing. I'm like 160 away from freaking 1,000. And see, that's the thing. That's a little personal thing that I had with, well, it's not personal, but it's a deal arrangement I had within myself, is that I wasn't going to monetize, because I don't want the tubes, because it takes the spirit out of what I'm trying to do here in my mind, okay? And people have contributed to my channel today, you know. Thank you, Snookums. You know, people today, I woke up to you know, thank you for your contribution. Thank you. You know, every time I look at it as a contribution, every time somebody shares me, every time somebody engages with me, is thank you for helping make my spark a little bit bigger. And then I hope to meet these people, you know, because I get to engage with Mom, you know, where are they from? You know, that's why I'm like asking people where they're from and how things are where you are, because we are the new media. We always were the media. We just got to find ways to connect with one another, and I love all the hooked on phonics and stuff, because algorithms can't track spellings like that. So it's good that people are doing that. They can't track it, and because it ain't logic. I mean, yeah, in memes, yeah, it can't track a line of thinking. It doesn't know. It can't like it doesn't, like when I make references to, especially stuff that's so old, like Mom, Pa, Kettle and stuff like that. That stuff ain't even on Google. You know, they aren't gonna go back and do. You know, they only want what's relevant, so they can feed, you know, this. So I got all this heart space from grassroots, and I got all the, you know, and. So we're gonna take that heart. We're gonna make this place better than it's ever been before. You know, I just think about what Turtle Island was supposed to be, you know, before the colonists came over and stuff. You know, I'm not mad about it. You know, everything has its purpose in its way. You know, but there is a way that if they didn't came over, and like the natives and we just all migrated, we're allowed to migrate. You know, continue to do what our natural course was always allowed to do, you know, before they know you can't do this, and you got to cut your hair and go to school and act this way, and you're an animal, and it's just because we could talk without words. Everybody can. Everything's energy. It's just a lot of people. I mean, I direct traffic. Yeah. So anyway. I feel good about things today, and this is the only day we got. If people are really stressing out, I really encourage people to reach out to me, you know, reach out to, don't, email, what's my email? straightpeoplelike rainbows2@gmail.com. You know, just, if you need to vent, you know, if you feel like you just need to freaking I used to tell people that all the time. Call me. If you want to call and like bitch about your spouse and stuff like that, leave me a voicemail. Give me a heads up what you're doing it, and then I'll just delete it. I won't even listen to it. And you can get it off your chest, get it out of your system. You say all the most hateful things you could ever want to say, and it's your secret safe with me, because I'll just delete it, you know. So it's just about, people need to get freaking their stuff off their chest, man. You got to get your shit out of your head, because when you keep it in your head, it turns dark and low vibrational, and then people don't live in the present moment. How many people right now are mad? You know, when you get mad when I get mad, I'm mad because I'm doing something right now, but I'm thinking about something that happened before, or I'm worried about something that hasn't happened yet. That's why I try so hard to be in the present moment. I try so hard. I'm not proficient. I'm not 1%. So I gotta meditate. I gotta do it. It takes a lot of effort to keep my shit chill. It is. And then now Mars is in freaking Aries. Don't people know what that means? Aries is the god of war, folks. Aries is passion. Aries is freaking get in line, or there's it's all that, and I'm just like trying to freaking embrace my Pisces. La 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 la, love and light, and I'm just like, do what I say. I want life to line up, but I'm just a spirit having a human experience. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a rad evening. Peace.